Hello everyone. Okay, it says I'm live. Hi everyone. Please let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me okay. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. So, I think in the past my lives have been too fast. So I think I'll just wait until I can see who's on, and please send me a comment so I can see if you're there. Kasi usually after the live, that's the only time when I see the comments. Kaya hindi ako nakaka-reply sa inyo. What do you call this? In real time. Alright. So, I wonder if this will let me see who is online right now. Okay. I'm just saying hi. Okay, right. Okay, that appeared quickly. Can you let me know who you are? Ah, it's V, my sister. Hi V, thanks for being here. Yan. Okay. Ayan. Just fiddling. Sige, let's wait for the others. Baka medyo, ako, nakapaghugas na ako ng plato. How was your dinner, guys? Anong ulam tonight? I can see 3 eyeballs. I wonder how I can tell. Okay, my viewers. I can't see. Anyway. Alright, super excited. Yes, ako din. This is going to be a big topic. It's very important. I believe in this. I only started to realize how important goal setting is, I think, after college. So it's been very useful for me in propelling myself forward, staying aligned to my goals. Guys, let me know. Oh, Helene. Hi, Elaine. My classmate from Chantel Davison's copywriting course. Okay. Please let me know anong dinner nyo tonight, just to get the conversation going. Post them here. What's your dinner? Okay. Yan. Yan. Hi po. Watching from Kawit. Thank you, Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. Good evening. Oh, Via. Healthy. Ginisang gulay. Para kunyari healthy. Baka naman ginisang gulay kasang katutak ang karne. Oh, Elaine, burger and milk. Ooh, so American. I was craving burgers earlier. I was so tempted to order McDonald's earlier, but I restrained myself. Oh, Tintin. Hi, Tin. Chicken adobo. I'm drooling. We had tinola. Chicken tinola. My husband cooked dinner. Hello, Sarah. Mimi from Manila. Yes. Yeah. You just cooked the burger. Nice. Home cooked. Very good. Karne. You have coffee after dinner. Parang I only did that when we would go out with my friends. It's tipong, dinner, ganyan. May sa haba ng kwentuhan. You want coffee? Dessert? Oh, sige. Pero I don't remember having coffee after dinner anymore. Parang, but it's good. At least, kasi ako bawal sa akin talaga coffee. Yes, home food is good food. It's so comforting. Especially now, maulan, diba? I don't know, is it raining where you are, guys? Medyo chillax lang tayo ngayon. Hello, Elaine. I'll send my address with you later. Ayan, Elaine. Meron ka ng delivery. You have to send the burgers. Oh my gosh. Dahil palang, mga foodies ba tayo lahat dito? Now we have more things in common. It's not raining where Elaine is, but it's chilly. Yeah, it is chilly. How has your Friday been, guys? Okay, this is I know it's Friday, but you know, we have to set our goals for the next 5, 10, 15 years, di ba? Yan. Ayan, people are still coming in. Sige, yeah, we have 9 so far. Yan. Hello, please let me know yung mga kararating lang. Anong dinner niyo tonight? Start sharing. But be careful, V might ask you to deliver your food to her place. She's in Cavite. Oh, yes. We love eating. You know, guys, I'm in Maginhawa, actually. I don't know if you've heard of Maginhawa. That's a food tourist place here in Quezon City. They started to promote this back in 2012, I think. So we would have food fests here. The first time that they did it, they closed the entire street. As in, sobrang traffic dito. It was sinabay nila sa Oktoberfest. There were so many food stalls in the streets, like from lunch until nighttime. There's food. And daming restaurants talaga dito sa Maginhawa. Hi, Alona Jean! Is that an actress's name? Alona Jean? Parang that sounds familiar. Alona Jean. Yeah. Maginhawa is love. Yes! We miss eating out here. Grabe. Food trip capital. Yes, that's right, Elaine. Food trip. When we got here, when we moved here, hindi pa siya food trip capital. As in, there were just like 3, 4 na mga parang hole-in-the-wall places. And then, I think the Quezon City government noticed, and then they promoted it. At first, they fixed the sidewalks, pinaganda nila yung sidewalks, and ayos yung drainage, and then, ayan na, nagpo-promote na pala sila, and then, more and more businesses opened up. So, this is like, on a Friday night, Maginhawa, my gosh, it's so noisy here, daming vehicles, and the street is so alive. But now it's so quiet. So, wait, let's see. Sarah. Wait, Mimi, buro with daing na bangus and tosinong kalabaw. Where are you, Mimi? Where do you get that food? Tosinong kalabaw. At may kape din siya. Nagkakape din siya. Parang kay ni Elaine. Coffee after dinner. My gosh. Sarah, I cooked Vietnamese sticky tofu and rice for dinner. Would you mind sharing the recipe? We need to eat healthy, just like you, Sarah. Oh my gosh, Vietnamese food. I miss pho. There's a Vietnamese place here. I think it's called Saigon something, but their pho is so delicious. Jeanette, scrambled eggs with lots of tomatoes. Favorite ng dad ko yan. And onions on top, cause chicken na kanina lunch. Kaya egg naman ngayon dinner. Jeanette, you're trying to make it sound healthy, no? Egg for dinner. Alona Jean, Alona Amor. She was a former actress way back 90s. I see. Alona. Okay. I won't tell you how old I was in the 90s. Mimi is in Pampanga, so there's tosinong kalabaw in Pampanga. Oh. And then did you prepare the buro yourself? Ay, nako. Jeanette, yes, coffee rin po ako later. Di makatulog. Pag di nagkape, wow. Okay. Yeah, I do tend to feel sleepy after coffee. Yeah. Ayan. Oh, we're 10. Yay. Okay. I think we can start now. Thank you so much for sharing your dinner, guys. Kahit tapos na akong mag-tinola, medyo nag-drool ako dun sa mga minention ninyo kasi I was craving for burger earlier, and then I miss Vietnamese food. Yan. I've never heard of tocino. And si Christina, you can see she's the one who said she had chicken adobo. Give her a wave. She's recovering from COVID. She's on her way to recovery. So nakakalasa na siya ngayon. So she can appreciate the taste of her food. Oh, thank you, Sarah, for the link. Ayan, guys. Did you taste tosinong kalabaw? I've never heard of it. I've never heard of tosinong kalabaw. I don't know. Is kalabaw, is it, I don't know. Is it tougher? I don't know. I have never eaten carabao meat. Interesting. Okay. Ayan. So, Are you guys good to start? I thought that I know that I want to be strict with time in respect of you guys, ganyan. Pero naisip ko parang, siguro it would be nice to know, just relax a little bit, not to be too much in a hurry. We can hang out later if you guys have time, just, but if you have things to do, feel free to drop off whenever you want to drop off. So, yeah, and for those who just came here, we were just talking about what our dinner was tonight. Kabalen. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Tosinong kalabaw at kabalen. Okay, thanks, V. Ayan. Okay, so now we're going to talk about goal setting. All right. Sino sa inyo yung nag-goal setting na? Can you let me know? Sino sa inyo yung nag-goal setting na ngayon? Or is this something na you've heard of but you just thought na it's not necessary? Or have you tried it before? Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? I'll wait in the comments. All in one but not in print. Si Elaine. V, me, pero I admit it's super scary. Yeah. Okay, let's cover those. I'll take down notes so that we can address those emotions that you go through when thinking of goal setting. Mimi has done it for her organization. Okay, so your organization, is that the one for the PWDs? Please correct me if I'm wrong, and then please let me know what your organization is. Sarah, you don't follow through. Yeah, that happens. Okay. Yeah, okay, I remember correctly, Miss Mimi. Yan. Anyone else who've had experienced goal setting, or why did you not get into goal setting? I really love this because you guys are interacting with me. I don't feel like I'm a crazy woman talking in front of the phone. Oh, Regina raised her hand. Okay. What's the hand? What does it mean, Regina? Have you tried goal setting, and have you done it? Or have you thought about it and did not do it? Or have you tried it and you did not progress with it or pursue it? Yan. Okay. Thank you for sharing. This is very helpful, guys. And it's a good way for you to see how other people's experiences are. Also, Regina, she thought about it. Yeah. All in here. Okay. I'm taking down notes kasi this is good. I want to give you value from this session. I don't want to just blabber, hang out, and then wala tayong makuhang value. Okay, so, all right. So, and then my next question is, please share it here. What was your process in setting your goals? What was your process in setting your goals? For those who went a step further, kasi umpisa nasa isip natin, di ba? For those who went a step further and actually wrote down the goals, what was your process? How did you, or even those who did it in their heads, what was the process? How did you come up with a goal? Like, okay, this is my goal. How did you come up with that? Ano yung naging guidance ninyo? How did you picture your goals? Did you picture your goals, or did it just like came up, or meron bang nag-stimulate noon? Did something happen for you to set goals? Ano yung nag-trigger? Bakit kayo nag-set ng goals? So si Mimi, she sets a plan. Yeah, kasi for organizations, you really need goals for your organization. But I'm talking about your personal goals. But yeah, personal and organization. But right now, let's focus on personal also. Personal. Jeanette, your family. Yeah. So it can be something that your family is going through. You may be okay, but then maybe you're thinking it can be better. Sometimes natitrigger yan. Like we see someone on Facebook, we see na, oh, they're on a holiday somewhere, or ito yung ano niya, ito na yung status niya ngayon, yung transition niya, ganito. So, it can be those things. May iba-iba tayong triggers that would, you know, cause for us to set goals for ourselves. Yan. How about the others? Pivoting career-wise. Yeah, that's true. That's very important to set goals when you're changing careers. You really need to set goals for that because you're looking forward to a change. And it could be that your source of living is, you know, yung nakataya doon. Jeanette, since mawala ng job asawa ko, he's an ex-OFW, di na nakabalik abroad. Oh, so sorry, Jeanette. Yeah, that's very hard. That's very hard. Yeah, so you really need to, you know, parang you need to think of ways on how to improve your situation. I prayed for a training that helps me set goals. Oh, good, Sarah! Baka dapat ikaw yung nag-hold nitong session. Pero how did it work for you, Sarah? I mean, what did you get out of it? Were you able to follow it? And then, what was the outcome for you? I'd like to hear. I'd like to know. And Jeanette, di kami nakapaghanda. That's the most difficult thing when you have not prepared anything. Ellen, end goal first, the destination, then how I will go on the journey will just keep on popping. Yeah, that's actually it. And the end goal first. Oo, di ba sabi ano? What's the saying for that? I look for free webinars. Yep. That's good. Okay. Talagang ano tayo dito. We can hear Ada in the background. That's my baby girl. It's time for her bed. My husband is, when I left the room, he's brushing her teeth. Okay. All right. So, thank you for sharing that, everyone. So, for those who have thought of goal setting, the emotions that you go through are you're scared of it, or it's something that you just put in your head, or you have a goal and then you don't follow through. Okay. So, let's go through. Okay, let's read Sarah first. It's a 1-year membership and I recently joined. Hindi madali, but it builds discipline and good habits. It's a membership, then it means you can have accountability. You know, if you have a peer, if you have a small group, you have a Facebook group, and everyone, you know, talks about their goals, and that will give you accountability. That's very helpful. Yeah. Mimi, my personal goal now is to help my daughter to be back in her work. I remember this from the webinar. To be back in her work, similar to freelancing after she suffered postpartum. I see. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that your daughter is also getting professional help because that's very important. Okay. All right. So first of all, I'd like to tackle the importance of setting goals. Okay. You've heard me say this before. If you don't have any goals, you're already there. Okay? You're already there. Wala ka nang ibang pupuntahan kasi wala ka namang goals eh. Okay? So, when you set goals, it gives you direction. You know where you're going. Have you ever felt like parang, anong ginagawa ko? What am I doing? Parang, you suddenly, parang, stop. Whether you're exhausted from work or whatever, and then you say, what am I doing? Where is this going? Parang ganon. Or you're like, you feel like, I've been working so hard. Parang it's been 5 years. Where did all my effort go? Parang wala akong makitang proof of all the things that I've done. So, when you set goals, it gives you direction and it guides you within your small and big decisions. Okay? That's the importance of setting goals. You don't just, say yes to random things. Kumbaga, it guides you on what things you can devote your time and your effort to. Because then you will know na if I do this, how will that affect my goal? If I don't do this, how will it affect my goal? Okay? And then if you have a goal, it motivates you. Parang if before, parang you just wake up in the morning, you just think of it as, it's just work, I just have to show up for my business. But if you have a goal, then that motivates you. Okay, it motivates you to wake up in the morning when you're feeling sluggish, you don't feel like going to work or showing up for your client and things like that, or doing extra to get to your goal, then that will keep you motivated. Okay, for example, ako, if I'm feeling like I just want to watch Netflix, I'm thinking, if I watch Netflix now, that's 1 hour that I could do to prospect, look for more clients. Okay, or I can say na do something else, I don't know, just waste my time on Facebook. But that 1 hour, or sometimes nga, without knowing it, I'm already on Facebook for 2 to 3 hours. Can you imagine? But that could have been used, me writing the Facebook, the social media posts for my business. Okay, or just spending time with my daughter. Okay, so that motivates you if you have a goal. And then it makes you accountable if you have goals. So for example, meron kang sinet na goal for next year, okay, in the next 12 months, or meron kang sinet na goal for the next 3 years, 5 years, then you will make yourself accountable. You hold yourself accountable to your goals. Like, you will see nagpo-progress ka ba towards your goal. Okay? So, just like what Elaine said earlier, you begin with the end in mind. That's very important. So, how do you do that? Kasi a lot of business leaders say that they begin with the end in mind. But how is that? For me, it's like this. This was my, I've used this in different ways, like losing weight. I've done this for losing weight, and it was so effective. And then I've used goal setting for changing my career. Okay, I've used goal setting for improving our status in life. Okay, and I've used goal setting for this agency. All right, so the first thing I do is I visualize. Okay, I visualize. So when it was about losing weight, this was me, I think, when my son was 2.5 years old, and I said, I want to be really strong and fit. So I imagined myself having tight abs, really slim. Parang I closed my eyes, and it was not any random model that I pictured. It was me looking slim. Okay, and then I kept that in mind, and that helped me in all the decisions that I would make. So I said, okay, so this is what I want. I want to achieve this in 6 months. Sometimes I'm a homemaker. I didn't have a job then, so I could shorten that if I wanted to, because we didn't have a maid. I'm the one doing all the chores. All I have to do is cut down on food, exercise more. So you begin with the picture in mind. In terms of for family, I was picturing myself owning a beachfront property, having a beachfront property. Okay, and then for my business, I imagined myself being the leader. Yung agency ko will be the leader in uplifting the Filipino VA industry. That's my vivid vision. That's why you have to have the picture in your head. It's not just a word, an idea. You have to put an image in it so that it's very clear for you. How is it for you? Have you guys tried that visualization? Si V. Yeah, V's my twin. Yes. She's a pro and following through with her goals. Because I've tried it. It really works. And that's why I wanted to share it. So, Maria says, I write down my goals, then thinking of ways on how to accomplish it. But it takes a lot of hard work. Yes, Maria, it takes a lot of hard work. You really have to sit down and, figure it out. Okay. So, that's one. So, for you to imagine that, you have to see yourself in it. Imagine, see your family. What is your family doing in that dream of parang where you want to go? I call this time traveling. I've used this with my sisters when we're goal setting. Time travel. Like, if you were able to time travel and see yourself 5 years from now, or whenever it is that you want to realize your dream, what do you see yourself doing? Where are you? Okay, are you in a plane? Are you in your dream house that has, I don't know, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a garden and a pool? Do you see yourself in that kind of living? Because you can vividly imagine it. You just have to, picture it. Whatever it is you're doing, you're like having coffee after dinner, you can picture it. It doesn't have to take long. Diba? Dreaming is like that. So dreaming with your eyes open, make it vivid. Where would you be? Where do you want yourself to be 5 years from now? And then don't just end with words like, I want to have my own house and lot in, for example, in Laguna, or I want to have house and lot in Tagaytay, or I want to be able to go to Davao, or I don't know, I want to be able to migrate. Some people dream of migrating somewhere. Okay, I have plans of migrating to Australia someday because it's really nice there. They have good setup there. What else would you be dreaming of? Would you dream of having your ideal weight? Okay, would you dream of finally being able to secure X amount in your savings account? Minsan, parang sa akin, what motivated me financially was, it's like this. I'll tell you a story. Whenever I'd go to the bank, I would see BPI ako eh. I would see that BPI has a special lane for, what do you call this? Premium customers or something like that. And I said to myself, my gosh, their priority. Alam mo yun, kaming mga regular na depositors, ang haba ng pila namin, we would wait like 1 hour at least just to get our turn to deposit money or pay or whatever. But those with the premium thingy, alam ko itong story na ito. Yes, I was saying, I want to be in that lane. I want to be a premium customer so that, I can skip this long line. Diba? And I saw that, the goal is to have 500,000 pesos to qualify for that. Did I achieve that? Not with BPI. Because what I did was I spread my money across different banks. Okay, so I did not become a primary customer there because eventually I just did my transactions online anyway, so there was no use for it. But it was a goal for me, and then I tried using BPI Savings, BPI Family, and I said it's easier to just do it online. So that was a goal for me. It was my motivation. The money's there. It's just I did not become a member, but it's not practical. I mean, if I can do banking on the phone, would I still fall in line just to be, just to show them that I'm a premium member? So anyway, so that was one motivation for me. I was saying, I want to have 500,000 pesos in my bank account. So that's a motivation. It worked. Okay, the end goal is not exactly that, me standing in that lane, but I had the funds. Okay, so that's one example. So what's your goal? Like, for example, what is it for you? V, tama na. Okay, so it's well, I'm sharing it with you guys too because maybe you will benefit from it. So that's that, vivid. So I'm in my garden cultivating the soil for my vegetable plants. Yes. V is saying this because I think it's because she doesn't have a garden where she lives right now, and she wants to have a garden. And she wants to plant vegetables. And where can you do that? If you have, a space outside your house that's not just a parking space. Good. When I'm wavering, I'll recall the pros and cons if I'll not do this. Yes, Elaine. Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay. So those are 2 examples already. Me with the weight loss and then the BPI thingy. Okay, and then the other one, you guys already know if you've seen my webinar for the first time, it's me turning myself around in my VA career. I wanted to earn, ang sabi ko sa sarili ko noon, if only I'd get $15 an hour, I'd be happy. And I was able to get it. Okay. All right. So the next thing is, where are you? What are you doing? Yan. So if you have pen and paper, please write this down. And even if not in this session, when you have time, this weekend, during breakfast, or bago ka matulog tonight, make time for your dreams. Okay, maybe you already have goals, but if you've written them somewhere, open your notebook or your journal where you've written your goals and check mo, how have you been progressing with your goal? Okay, if you're progressing, give yourself a pat in the back because you're working towards your goal. Okay, are you doing it? Are you on track? Is there a bit of delay? Not a problem. Okay, these are your personal goals. Life happens sometimes. our deadlines can be, delayed a little bit because we don't live alone. Okay, we have families, we have loved ones, and our plans can be delayed a little bit because we have to care for other people, or we have to take care of, if someone gets sick, we have to take care of them, or if we ourselves encounter a certain bottleneck and we have to address it first, then that's what we have to do. Okay, so for you to get the best out of this session is just give yourself time to write your goals. Where do you see yourself? If you have a kid, where are you now, and where do you want to see the change? What change do you want to see for your kid? For example, if your kid does not have a space where he or she can play in, is that something that you want your kid to have? And what does that place look like? Is that like just having an inflatable pool? It can be a short-term goal. By next month or by summer next year, gusto ko may inflatable pool na kami, na malaki, na mataas. Alam mo yan? So it can be like that. Alright? So, vivid vision. For my company, I set up a vivid vision. I think it was 3 pages long. My vivid vision for the next 5 years. And I called it Vivid Vision. I copied it from the founder of Systemology. What I did there is everything is clear. Like how many clients would we have? What engagement would we do? What influence would we have done as an agency to the whole of the industry? It was very vivid. How much the revenue would be in 5 years, how much the profit would be, how many agents we would have in what country. So it was like that. So it's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's like, it gets your heartbeat fast, diba? When you're thinking of dreams, don't think it's impossible. If it's a dream, set it there, okay? And then, once you've set your dream, you work your way backwards. Okay, I'll give you an example. So, you pick a month, a timeline, whether it's X months from now or X years from now. Okay, pick a time. So, for example, a lot of you are considering shifting to a VA career. You have full-time jobs now. Your goal could be that I would have a part-time VA role, dedicating 10 hours a week for part-time role, earning, I don't know, if you want to say $10 an hour, $15 an hour, by, you put the month. When do you start? When do you want that to happen? For example, if you want by March next year or by June next year, I would already be fully booked, na I can afford to leave my full-time job. That means, for example, I already have 3 clients, okay, that are paying me. You put the amount. Is it $10, $8? It's up to you. $15, $70 an hour, $70 an hour. Okay, you would have 3 clients paying you at $15 an hour, and you are doing 30 hours a week. Okay, by the month off. So you decide, when do you want that to happen? When do you want that to happen? Parang, do you want that to happen before school starts next year, or before summer starts next year? So you set the deadline. Okay, once you set the deadline, now you do work your way backwards. For you to be fully booked with 3 clients paying you $15 an hour, by, say for example, March 2022, you need to be able to, what do you need to do to get 3 clients? Like, how many proposals do you need to do a week? How many proposals do you need to do a day? Because it's a numbers game. Okay? And then, for you to be able to send this many proposals, what do you need to do before that? First, you need to know the stuff that I told you. You have to have your resume ready. You have to know your skills, actually. What services you will offer. How much would you charge? Who is your ideal client? You should be able to know those 3 things before you can start sending proposals. Because those 3 things will guide you what services to offer, what kind of job ads to look for, what kind of clients to target, and what rates would be within your sweet spot. Okay, now anything less, no, move on. Okay, so those 3 things are what you need. So what do you need to do to have those 3 things, right? First, you need to complete your skills inventory. Then you have to know how much to charge. Remember, guys, you have to calculate it. Consider your monthly expenses. Okay, consider your monthly expenses, how much you need to save. Like, si ano kanina, diba? She said na I think it was Jeanette, she said that they were not able to prepare, diba? So you really have to have a buffer, not just for your, when you're calculating how much you want to earn, ideally, I would suggest para meron kayong buffer. If you have your monthly expenses, bills, mortgage, or rent, whatever, huhulugan na kotse, tuition, food, utilities, multiply that by at least 2 to 3 times. That's your ideal income. Okay, because if you have that every month, that it means eventually you can receive your income and not have to touch it. You will receive your income for the month and you won't have to touch it. How good will that feel? Right? I'm feeling, that happened to me. Like, my client would say, sorry, I'm late. I'll pay you next week. And I'm, okay, I have money. I can pay the rent even if your payment is late. So you have to consider that. So for example, you arrive at your monthly expenses to be 40,000 or 30. Okay, let's just arrive at 40,000 a month, depending on how big your family is. As in, this is your ideal, ideal to na every month when you have 40,000, it means that not only can you pay for the bills, not only will you be able to have savings, but also you will have enough in case of emergency. Okay? So if you can target 120,000 pesos a month, that's super comfortable. Okay? That's super, 6-figure. Okay? But don't be afraid of big numbers. You know why you shouldn't be afraid of big numbers? Because if you're afraid of big numbers, then you'll be afraid to do anything to achieve that big number. You'll always be afraid of it. You'll always think na, para sa kanila lang yan. Parang hindi ko yata kaya yan. Huwag kayo panghinaan yung loob. Target it. I-target ninyo yan. So, if you always are afraid, someone said they're afraid of goal setting. Don't be afraid of goal setting because, first of all, it's free. Okay? Second of all, that's within you. Hindi ka naman mapapahiya sa ibang tao eh. That's your own goal. Okay? That's your goal for yourself. And don't be afraid of failing. Okay? Don't be afraid of failing. Because the important thing is you tried. And because you tried, even if you did not achieve the 6-figure income in 6 months, for example, maybe you doubled your income. Even if you didn't triple it, maybe you doubled it. Maybe you increased it by 1.5 times. Okay? So, don't be afraid of setting big goals. Kasi, the beauty of that is, parang nagpe-prepare ka for an exam. If you're in your mind, you're only thinking, basta makapasa lang ako, okay na. 'Di ba? But so ang preparation mo, hanggang dun lang. Hanggang dun lang sa passing grade. 'Di ba? What if, kahit alam mo pala yung sagot, mali yung naisulat mong sagot, di yung passing grade mo, bumagsak na. 'Di ba? So give yourself room. So it's better to aim for 100%, para kung hindi mo man ma-achieve yung 100%, you've done all the preparations that you can. Kasi iniisip mo in your heart, it has to be perfect. Kailangan mag-review talaga ako. No stones left unturned. I have to do this. I have to review. I have to make sure I'm prepared. Na-cover ko lahat. Wala akong na-miss. Para ang gusto ko, 100%. Kuha ko yung exam. So when exam day comes, whether you perfect it or not, your grade is still going to be higher than just passing. And who will benefit from that? You. You will benefit from it. If you end up getting a higher grade. Even if it's not 100%, you still benefited. You still upped your game. So it's the same thing with setting goals for your financial freedom. Okay? Don't be afraid of the big numbers. I encourage you to go for the big numbers. Don't be afraid. Okay? Because if you always limit yourself, whatever it is that you set in the horizon, all your decisions, all the things that you do, will be guided by that. Parang, pwede na to? Saka na, okay na. Ito na lang muna yung gagawin ko kasi ito lang naman yung goal ko maabot ko naman yan kahit papaano Diba? So, that's the danger. That's the danger of, setting low goals. Okay? That's the danger of setting low goals. So I encourage you to be ambitious with your dreams. Okay? Because no one can take that away from you. And even if you fail the magic number, at least you still did something to improve your life. You still did something, that's your own win. Now you did the work to try and get there. That's the important thing. Okay. So, in addition to what do you need to do to achieve that, especially if it's about finances, don't just focus on what money you have to raise or earn, but also think about what costs do you need to cut on. Okay, so kung before, laging nagpapa-take out, or pag birthday na ginaw, may gift ka, you have to consider that. Okay? You have to consider that. Before you kick into the habit of, birthday na ganito, I'm going to send. Stop. Because spending money is not going to help you with your goal. Okay? So for example, there's a course that you want to attend. You have to save up for it. Then cut down on costs that are not necessary so that you can build that savings for that training that you want. Okay? The key is, when you say yes to something that is not important, something that is not aligned to your goal, you are saying no to your dream. Okay? So if you're tempted to deviate from your goal, for example, your goal is to earn that triple figure income in 6 months, and then parang feeling mo tinatamad ka, wag na lang muna, hindi mo na ako even if I scheduled myself to spend 1 hour a week or to finish my skills inventory set or all the things that I need to do, you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, then you're saying no to your goal. Okay? Just remember that when you say yes to unimportant things, you're saying no to the important things. Okay? So, yung mga mahilig mag-online shopping, if you need to save money, say no to online shopping if you need to save money. Okay? So, someone said, your mind is a place for ideas. For generating ideas, not for holding them. Okay? Once you have your idea, you generated it, you have to get into action to make it a reality. Okay? So, I hope that was my goal here. Really is not just to show you the process, but to also explain to you the importance of it. Okay, especially if you're going to transition into the virtual assistant career, ask yourself, ilan nga bang proposal yung dapat isubmit ko? Am I doing it strategically? Strategic is such a big word, but it only means that, are you targeting the right client? Are you applying for the right position? Okay, do you already know your rate? So do your homework so that your efforts will be guided and they won't be wasted. Okay, so for those who will be watching this later, please post your questions in the comments. So I'm going to start reading the comment. V said, where do you get the mental toughness to keep going? Is that mental toughness? It really is. The mind is so powerful. I cannot stress that enough. If you have that vision in your head, like for example, you picture yourself planting vegetables in your garden, hold that thought before you go to sleep. That's what I do. In my business, I have a figure in my mind that I will earn for this business, for my agency, every month. Okay? I'm inviting that money to my life. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa sarili ko in my mind. Before I sleep, guys, every night, kahit pagod na pagod ako, come, and then I'll say the figure. You have to specify the currency. Okay? So, i-invite ninyo kung ano man yung figure na kailangan ninyo to make that possible. You manifest it. Okay? Before you sleep. Because before you sleep, hindi ka naman diretsong tulog diba? Sometimes there are some thoughts in your head, and whatever thoughts you leave in your head before you sleep, there's a process that happens between the time you sleep and the time that you wake up. And the first few minutes of you waking up. There's like a process going on in there that it affects the way that you think when you wake up and the things that you do. Okay? Because if you think of it before you sleep, most likely you will remember it when you wake up. And if you do it every night, all your actions throughout the day, you can't help but do things that are aligned to that goal. Okay? So have that practice. It's a physical practice, it's a mental practice as well. So if it's losing weight, picture how you want to look like. For example, yours a size 14, 16, and you want to be size 10. Imagine size 10. What are you doing when you're a size 10 versus what you can do when you're a size 16? Sorry, UK sizes to. Triple X. If you're a triple X, do you want to go down to XL? Okay, imagine yourself. Kasi I'm sure you have pictures of yourself before you became triple XL. Okay, so imagine yourself when you were still XL or whatever size you want to go back to, or whatever weight it is. Just picture that before you sleep. Okay, just picture that before you sleep. Kasi it's so nice if I can wear that shirt again, or things like that. And the freedom that you will have when you have lost that weight. Like, what can you do? Are you stronger? Can you run? Or can you have more time to, are you more capable to carry your kids and play with them if you're more fit? Things like that. So make it vivid. That's the key. Malinaw. Okay? Make it clear in your mind. That will keep you going. All right? Janet, yes, as you start, nagsulat na ako ng bigla ng goals ko. Yes! That's the start, guys. That's the start. Write down your goals. Because, the feeling when you write your goals? It's such a wonderful feeling because you're saying yes to dreaming. You're saying yes to making changes in your life. And that's very powerful. Okay. Miss Mimi, you can have your own organic urban garden if you really want it. I can send you how. Thank you, Miss Mimi. Oh, that's so cute. So what Miss Mimi is saying is you can start now while you're waiting for your ideal garden. Okay. Oh, V is going to hold the class. She'll watch the replay. Thank you, V. Okay, Mimi, I'm now planning for at least 10 to 15 of my members to take them into training related in freelancing like bookkeeping, English proficiency, visual graphic design. So after this, we can have a different service to offer, even if they are the PWD, but they are still capable to do those things. Iga-guide lang sila. Yes. Yes. Yes to that, Miss Mimi. English proficiency. V is an ESL teacher. She's fantastic. So get in touch with V if you need help with English proficiency. Yeah, maybe you can collaborate. Visual graphic design. That's Canva. I know that there are several VAs who already do this, but my sisters, they also do this. So get in touch with V or Christina when Christina is better. You know, Miss Mimi, you mentioned to me, I think, that you have a printing business. Tama? The traditional printing business. We talked about this in August 22. And so I'm really happy to know that you are, you know, helping your community to find an alternate source of income, because everybody now is having, you know, being laid off and things like that. It's not just the PWD now who's having problems. Everyone is equal in this game. A lot of people losing jobs. So that's a very, very good vision for your organization, Miss Mimi. So for you, picture them doing this. For example, they're your members having their own, you know, workstation in their homes, you know, being able to do whatever it is that they need to do, being able to afford whatever assistance or equipment they need, things like that. Magaya ko nga yan, Miss Luella, sa financial dream ko. Yes. Yes. Financial dream. Just, you know, don't limit your dreams. Because when you limit yourself, it's not fair to yourself. You're going to think 5 years, 10 years from now, like, sayang, di ba? Ako, ang motivation ko when I want to change something is I don't want to be in this exact situation a year from now. I don't want to be in this situation. Like, what happened to me back then, 5-6 years ago, I said to myself, as in, whenever I receive my salary, after I pay the bills, ganyan, parang there's barely nothing left for me. So, sabi ko sa isip-isip ko, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. I just don't. So after that, it's financial freedom. It's like, you can afford if your client doesn't pay you for the first month, or, you know, yeah, you can definitely do that. Because the magic of it is, for me, guys, what happens is, I set a goal, and then I exceed it. I exceed the goal. Always. That's why I always like setting goals. Not that I set my goal too low. It's just that when you get to the habit of it, you can't help, but parang the only way is to go up. It's to go up lang talaga. So, highly encourage you, whatever your dream is, be brave about your dreams. Okay? Because we only live once. Okay? Oh, you have 4 PWD children, Miss Mimi. Okay. Well, that's... would you mind sharing their condition? Well, only if it's okay with you. If not, I get the point. That's very challenging. Salute, Miss Mimi. Yeah. So please do get in touch with V about the English proficiency. And I know that there are some people approaching me saying na they want to do volunteer work for me. Maybe we can come up with, hi Deo, maybe we can come up with a collaboration, a program that will help the others, helping each other, you know. Elaine, what's XS? Ah, okay, size. I'm extra small before marriage and pregnancy. After years, I became large XL. I don't want to grow old in those sizes, so I teach myself to trim my food intake. After a year, my body became used to it. I am medium now, but XS is the goal. Just a little more. Yes. Oh, that's, ang laki nun ah. XL to medium. You jump 2 sizes. Para tayong size. I'm a medium too. Yes. Ako nun, when I became pregnant, I've been pregnant twice. So I always say, after my pregnancy, I want to use my old clothes. My pre-pregnancy clothes. It wasn't very difficult in my first pregnancy, but this second pregnancy, it was so hard for me to resist eating. I would eat everywhere, like every day I would be eating out. I've been Trinoma, different restaurants. So now my baby is like, she has a very good palate, but it was hard for me to control my weight. But my motivation was, sabi ko, after I give birth, I should be able to wear my pre-pregnancy clothes. So these are my work clothes before I gave birth. So I'm pretty pleased with myself. Yes, and nowhere to go but up. Yes, if you set your goals, just set your goals, guys, and do the mental thing. The mental thing is very, very powerful. Don't underestimate it. You will lose nothing if you always think about your dreams and your goals. You will lose nothing. The only thing that will happen is it will motivate you to keep moving. Do what you need to do, because the very little things, the very little decisions will be influenced by your goals. Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Mimi. 2 visual disability, 1 psychosocial, and 1 orthopedic. Okay. All right. Okay. So, is that, when you say visual disability, is that blindness? Maria Faith, I'm aiming for 6 million targets in sales before year end. Oh my gosh! Maria, that's the goal! Yes. Before year end. So you have 3 months. Okay? So if you have a goal like that, I assume you've already written this down, Maria. Nakasulat ito. I'm assuming nakasulat ito. So, yeah. Especially when it's written down, it's very hard to forget your goals because they influence your actions. Okay? So, yeah, Maria, see? It's written down. Kasi it's more of like a, I think this is her, parang, this is your main source of income, right? That's why you have to write it down. But that's why napaka-strong ng ano niya, ang clear. Napaka-clear ng goal niya. That's important also, guys. You have to make it clear. You have to have the amount, the deadline, what it is that you want, and has to be realistic. Okay, realistic din siya. And measurable. Okay. So, Jeanette, same scenario when I'm still working 8 to 5 job. After I received my salary, 2 to 3 days empty-handed na ulit. Luckily, napadpad ako sa freelancing as a VA last April. So that's like 5 months ago. Then I resigned. I have 3 clients now, thank God. Financial goals ko for this December. 50,000 per month, I assume. That's 50,000. Kayang-kaya mo yan, Jeanette. Kayang-kaya mo yan. Yep. Okay, so for example, for Jeanette, her goal is to earn 50,000 pesos per month by December. Okay, so from that goal, she's going to my baby's crying. Maria, I'm assuming that Jeanette is going to I don't know if this is if your goal is with your existing clients, or are you going to add more clients. So that's one thing that you have to put in your goal. Whether you need to add another client at the same hourly rate or a higher hourly rate. Yan. Tapos isusulat ninyo, anong roles yung applyan ninyo, anong hourly rate, ganyan. With this group, what is your indicator that you achieve your goal? What do you mean by group, Miss Mimi? This our community? Okay, it depends on your goals. Like for example, if your goal is For example, let's go back to your goal. Your goal is training for on English proficiency. So write down. You have a piece of paper. So yung una mong ilalagay ay goal number 1. Complete English proficiency training by. Then sulat mo yung month. Do you want that to be completed by December? And then the next one, graphics design, computer graphics design training completed by when do you want that to be completed? By January? Or do you want that to be the first thing that they complete? Is it October? So, ayan. And then you have another one, bookkeeping training. So, bookkeeping training completed by when? Okay? So, when you say completed by, lagyan niyo for how many people yung training? Okay? Bookkeeping training for example, 3 completed by, for example, October 30, 2021. Okay? Yan. Tapos, yan. Isa-isa yung goals niyo. And then for each goal, what do you need to do to achieve that? For example, the first one is find a trainer for English proficiency by. Then you put the deadline. Okay? So, if that's your task, find a trainer by ganito. Ano yung mga dependencies nun? Like, what do you need to do to find a trainer? Go online, look for trainer, or ask friends on Messenger, announce on Facebook looking for a trainer, or contact V, Arboleda, about training. Those are the tasks you need to do. Lagyan ninyo, by anong week yan. That way, it's very clear na may direction ka talaga. Oh, ano na ngayon? For example, September 12 na. Kailangan by, nakalagay dito, dapat by middle of or before mag-end of September, meron na kaming nabook na trainer. Nabook na namin yung date. Okay, so that will propel you na parang tipong, teka muna, hindi pwedeng, kumbaga, September 25 na wala ka pang trainer. So, gagawin mo talaga ng paraan yon. Do what you can to achieve that goal. So, kapag nabook mo na yung training, kailangan nagawa na yung training. For example, gusto mo by October 15, nakapag-train na sila, o October 15, nakapag-train na sila. Then, you can say that you've achieved your goal. If you want to add to that, dagdagan mo. For example, you want to say na passed a certain test in English proficiency. You can look for tests that are free, and then that will be your goal. The post-training goal. Like, kailangan ma-pass nila by ilang % yung English proficiency training by this time. Okay? That's how you set SMART goals. Measurable and attainable, realistic, time-bound goals. Okay? So, you see how goal setting works? It gives you tasks to do that keeps you on your feet. Like, you can't dilly-dally because you have a goal. You have tasks to do, you have deadlines. Alright? So, kapag na-complete na yung training, then you can add another one. If they've passed that test, okay, then maybe you'll say, book. Okay, so they've completed their English training. What kind of job do you want them to do? If they book that training, do you want them to do social media marketing, community management, things like that? So, it's up to you how to rearrange it. Maybe your goal is, what's the main goal na you want them to be trained? Is it because you want them to have a VA career as X? For example, you want them to be social media managers. So, that's going to be your top goal. Example lang. I don't know what your plans are, Miss Mimi, but this is just an example. So, if the main goal is to prepare them to be social media managers, then to achieve that, you have to first make them complete the training. For them to complete the training, you have to find the trainer. Okay? Before you can find a trainer, you have to spread the word. Like, you're looking for a trainer. Okay? So, things like that. Work your way hanggang makarating ka sa present time. What do you have to do now? Maybe it's as simple as writing down the goals, writing down the tasks, okay, the deadlines. So that's how it works. That's how you check how you're progressing and when you've achieved the goal. That's just an example. So if it's weight loss, you're planning to lose weight. Anne, congratulations! If it's weight loss, then if you want to say, for example, lose 3 kilos in 3 months, or masyadong mabilis yun, 6 months, lose 3 kilos in 6 months. So you work your way back, hanggang sa present time. What do you need to do now? Do you need to start writing down what food you will eat? Ano yung limit mo? Do you start cutting down on rice, for example? Imbis na kung nakakadalawa kang rice, isang rice ka lang. Or do you need to drink plenty of water before you start eating? That's what I do. Do you eat your food more slowly? You know, your family members will laugh at you. That happened to me. But they have to, you know, they'll get used to it. And then they'll see you're becoming slim, they're becoming fat. But that's basically it. You just have to discipline yourself. Okay? That's how you know. For example, you can see you measure your waist, or you weigh yourself, then you see that you're progressing. Your small wins are your progresses. Okay? Until you achieve your goal. Okay, just checking on the comments again. I'm sorry, target ipon ko po yan hanggang December 2021. Since ako lang ang nagwo-work ngayon, daming bayarin. Yes, I'm sending you my positive vibes. Now you can do that. So this is an interesting goal, savings. Kasi that, yung sinabi ko kanina na not just on the money that you earn, but the money that you save also. Okay, so if you want to save 50,000 pesos, how can you cut down your bills? For example, electricity bills. Kung halimbawa, you're paying 6,000 a month, how do you cut that down? Less aircon. Kapag yung fan, di ginagamit, patayin yung fan. Or imbes na electric stove, maggasul. Things like that. So you find ways to really trim down everything for you to achieve your goal savings. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jeanette. Okay. Oh, Anne! I used to work with Anne. Wait, I'm going to read this. I did not know this. I really admired Lou ever since. I remember asking her before what her job was. That was 10 years ago. I wanted to do the same and she asked me, gusto mo? She told me that she was already paying for her son's piano. Yes, I bought my son's piano. That was like a big thing for me. It was 60,000 pesos. And I've never had that kind of money before. She told me she's already paying for it. You remember this, Anne? And I wanted to be like her, to somehow provide and help financially for the family. But I did not take action right away. She also takes care of her body by doing yoga and eating healthy. It was only in 2018 that I took action. Still a long way to go, but happy where I am right now with my freelancing journey. Goals are already set. Yay! See, when you think of it, that's the thing. Anne's example is you planted something in your mind. This is what I want to do. You know, if it took you a while, it's already there. The seed is already there. It's like it doesn't leave you. It's there. It wants to manifest itself in your life because you once dreamed it, and it will show up. Maybe you're just ignoring it. Eventually it will just keep showing up until you recognize it and you say that, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do it now. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anne. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Miss Luella. Yes, talaga, Jeanette. It's all in the mind, guys. The mind is such a powerful thing. Don't think that there's this thing. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called money mindset. I only learned about it this year when I'm taking this very expensive course. They talked about money mindset, and they said that people, especially those who come from poor families, I'm one, always limit their goals because they're thinking, I'm not going to make that money. I wasn't born rich. Okay, I didn't finish college, or no, that's just for the rich families. It's not going to happen for me. So it's the same thing with the 6-figure income. I never imagined that I would have 6-figure income in my whole life. Okay? I never imagined. But, sabi ko nga, I exceeded my goals. That's why I'm earning six-figure income. That's what happens when you set your goals. You tend to exceed them. It's both ways. Pwedeng you fall short or you exceed. It's possible to exceed your goals, guys. So that's the beautiful thing about setting your goals. So, money mindset, there was an exercise for that, and they said, sometimes there are thoughts planted in your head or experiences from when you were a child that made you think that your family will be forever poor. You will grow old poor, your kids will be poor, na you don't have the right to, enjoy luxurious things. And that, when we think like that, it limits, parang it closes the door to wealth. So, from then on, I really went into, nag-time travel ako pabalik. Like, ano nga ba yung mga experience ko? So, I did this with my sisters. And we were amazed at the stories that we told each other. Like, oh, no, our parents would always fight about money. And they would not have a decent conversation about money. Or there was no savings for the school. It's always like, oh, pagdating na yung enrollment, walang pera, mangungutang. Pag fiesta, pag daily needs, wala akong pera, pero pag fiesta, may pera. So things like that made us grow into these beings thinking that wealth is not for us. We'll only just, make do with the minimum. Just get by, ganyan. Pero we have to stop thinking like that because ang daming taong nagsasucceed eh. And the reason why they succeed is because they open themselves to possibilities. They don't close themselves to what is possible. So that starts with manifesting. So stop believing, first of all, that you cannot have wealth, like amazing wealth. You just have to stop thinking that. I'm not a money mindset coach, but I'm just sharing it with you na it's done wonders for me. Okay? So, like, the benefits of setting goals and chasing after your goals, realistically and practically, guys, is this. There may come a time when you need the extra funds, you need the extra money, and you don't have it. And you could have had it had you followed through with your goals. If your goal is, for example, Jeanette, her goal is to have 50,000 savings by December. If she doesn't follow through with that, for example, she just got 5,000 and an emergency came up. Can you imagine how that would feel? And all it meant to get to the 50,000 is make sure she has these clients, make sure they cut down on costs. It's for you to not have those kinds of regrets. I mean, it makes a lot of difference. My experience is, I booked 2 clients in, was it July? And all the income that I got from them, I still haven't touched until today. Okay? No, not until today, until last week. Okay? I only touched them when we had an emergency in the family. That's the only time I touched it. But it doesn't mean my savings are touched. No, my savings are safe, like far, far away from me. So these are just like the tiny things that I just, as I said earlier, I put my stuff in different places. I don't put them all in one basket. So that's how it is. Like, think about what you would miss if you don't chase after your dreams. What would you miss? Like, the dream of you having your garden, the dream of you having that savings, the comfort, the freedom. What would you miss if you did not chase after those? Yun yung isang motivation sa inyo. So, that's why, that's just protect your dreams. That's what I'm going to close this webinar with you. Ilang oras? Inabot na ba tayo ng 1 hour? Sorry guys. But I just tend to get very passionate about goal setting. It's it's done wonders for me, and it's done wonders for my husband, and it's just so powerful. And I hope that you will see it as well, how real it is. Now, when you really put your goals on a piece of paper or whatever it is that you don't lose, write it there. Then ilagay ninyo yung mga tasks that you need to do to get to that goal. Don't just think of your dreams. Don't stop at what your dreams are, but do the work, write down, plan for it, plan for your dream. Okay? Plan for how you're going to achieve your dream. Because the dream becomes objectives, becomes goals, then becomes tasks. And it's easier to do the tasks than look at the dream. Sabi nga nila, you don't have to look at the entire staircase. Just take one step at a time. Just take the first step. You don't have to look at the big thing. Just take the first step. So that's why important. You have to plan for your dream. Okay? Again, write down your dream, and then write down what do you need to do to achieve your dream until you reach the present time. In the now, what do you need to do to work your way towards that dream? Whether it's 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 1 year, 5 years. What's your goal? What do you need to do going back to the present? Starting now, what do you need to do to work towards that goal? Because if it's, yes, vivid vision. Because if it's a task, it's easier. It's a task. You have to do it. It's a to-do thing. You have to do it. Okay? So if you know what you need to do, then most likely than not, you will do it. If you put a deadline to it, more often than not, you will do it by the deadline. Rather than just putting it there. You know, if you don't put a deadline to something, it will feel like it's so hard to do. Because you keep pushing it off. But put a deadline to it. Have you ever experienced that na? Parang feeling something that you've put off for a long time, you procrastinated, or feeling mo parang, ang hirap niya, hindi ko yan alam gawin. But then once you did it, parang, oh my God, that was so easy. I could have saved time just jumping into that when it came. Okay? So, yan. So, break down from the dream, break down the things that you have to do, because it's easier when it's in tiny bits. Okay? It's in tiny bits, you know, eat. Sabi nga nila, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Because you will get there. Sometimes you will exceed your expectations. If you don't meet the exact goal, but you progressed from where you are now, you improved, that's a big win. Because you did something to change your life. Okay, guys? So, yon. So I hope that was inspiring for you. I hope you're sitting with pen and paper right now, writing down your goals, your dreams for yourself, your family, your career. No dream is too big. Okay, just remember my story. I've exceeded my goals, and so can you. So don't be afraid to dream big. Okay, and think of the consequences if you don't write down your goals. Because sometimes, if it's just there in your mind, you can easily forget it. Okay? You can easily forget it. So write it down and then follow it. How do you follow it? It can just be, if you have Post-it, put it on your wall. I'll show you guys what my wall looks like. These are all... This is what my wall looks like. See? Yan. So those are... Ang dami ko nang binuwa dyan. Dati, puno rin yan. That's because when I have an idea, I write it down and I paste it there. Because it's hard because if you don't write it down, you really will forget about it. Okay? But if it's there, I see it like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to do this. It's there. Okay, I can't do it now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Okay? Next thing, use a calendar or a journal that you can use for goal setting. I'll share with you. Okay. This is my journal. It's called, I don't know if you can see that. Diba? Locally made yan. Pahina or pahinga. So, it's locally made. So, what I do is, nalayuan ko na lang para nyo makita yung details. So, every week, I dedicate 1 page for the things that I need to do for that specific week. So, for example, this is week of 16 August. So, nakalagay dito, may categories yan. Naka-chunk siya. So, the first one is Regal. That's my main client. So, ito yung pinanghugutan ko ng mga bills, ganyan. So, nakalagay dito, ano yung mga meetings na kailangan kong gawin for this, to achieve this. Ganyan. Ano yung mga meetings na kailangan ko i-set. And sino yung kailangan ko i-chase up. Ganun. But for my digital savvies thing, for my business, nakalagay dyan, for example, ano yung webinar na kailangan kong tignan. Kasi I'm learning tech to set up my business. I have to do CRM, I have to do funnels, yung mga ganun, I have to do copywriting. So, I write down here everything that I need to do. For example, ng webinar natin, nakalagay dito, VA webinar, 10 a.m., August 22, via Zoom. And then, nakalagay doon, success! Yeah, so I write down the date. Okay? And then, I write down all the things that I need to do. So, Ting and V cold call. So, we did that week. Because nakasulat dito, they have to do cold calls for clients. And then, nakalagay dito, interview with Sarah Klegman, Tuesday, 5 a.m., August 23. So, it's like that. It's just 1 page for a week. It will force me to just put down the big items for the week. Not tipong parang, hindi pwedeng lumagpas ng week na to na hindi ko to nagagawa. For my course, what do I need to do? Yun, what do I need to submit? So, for the home, I need to talk to the landowner about, something, kasi umulan, so yung ceiling bumagsak, I have to report it to him. Okay, and I have to talk to him about, pwede ba naming alisin yung cabinet nyo para may lagay namin yung washing machine namin. So, andun yun. So, there's home, there's business, there's course, there's work. So, it's like that. This is just an example. So, I do this Monday mornings. Okay, so this is the following week. So, I do this Monday mornings after I've had my, September na tayo ngayon. So, after I've had my glass of water. So, I used to not, pay much attention to it, but I now don't skip this. No matter what time I wake up on Monday mornings, I do this first. Okay, this is very important. It keeps me aligned with my goals. Okay, so that's it. I hope that I was able to share valuable things for you. I hope you find value in this session. Okay, wait. There are comments. Sorry. So, very true. Okay. Vivid vision. You have a soft voice with strong attraction. Thank you, Simi. Yes, I have that too. Dami dikit sa wall ko. Hehe. Pati hopes and dreams. Yes, Maria. Kaya naman ikaw ang laki ng goal mo, di ba? Millions. Di ba? Because when you see it, it's so hard to forget it, to ignore it, because it's right there. Mahihiya ka sa sarili mo kapag hindi ka nag-action. I want to remind myself every time. Yeah, exactly, Maria. If you want it so bad, you don't want to forget about your dream, because it would mean a better life for you and your family. It would mean having a life. What do you call them? A lifeline when you need it. Yeah. Okay. Request on next topic. Time management practices. Okay, let's do that next week. Napaka-ano natin, spontaneous. Sige. Time management practices. Oh, sige. Gawin natin yan next Friday. But I leave you with that. So, watch out for me on Mondays. Every day of the week, I'll be going on live to talk about VA tasks. Para maisip niyo what you would consider in your career. Okay? So, we've done 3 this week. We'll do another 5 next week. So, I've been going live 5 p.m. So, yeah. So, that's it. Thank you so much for sharing your dreams, guys. Yung mga struggles niyo with goal setting. Thanks for sharing your dinner. Now I know, mga foodie tayo. So, thanks so much for spending your Friday night with me. Enjoy your time with your family. Hug your loved ones. And make sure that you set your goals and your dreams. Okay? So, Pomodoro technique. Yeah, we can do co-working session actually. Pomodoro technique. Yes, watch it again. Yes, B. Yes, watch it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for your time, for being here with me tonight. So, I'll see you again next week.